I am live. Hold on. I am live. It says hello, hello, hello. Hello there. Excuse our technical difficulties. We're learning as we go because technology keeps changing. Please go to the chat and we want to hear from you. So let me say to you, welcome. We're excited that you're here. Please let me know you're here. And I would just love to know that you are. Welcome to our restart. The Best You site is up and popping. We're excited that you are here. I am your host for the night. I am Monica Ray. And I just want to thank those of you that have are logging in. I want to say hello to Yana. Hi, Yana. Hello. Thank you for being in the chat. Thank you for being in the chat. Want to say hello to Mommy. Hi, Mommy. We're excited that you're here. We're excited that you're here. And hello, Dee. We know it takes a lot of time and a lot of energy to join us during this crazy day. So we're just thrilled that you are here. And we know how valuable your time is. You know, we've been working so hard to get this ready. And let me apologize again for our technical difficulty. We hope we didn't lose anybody. Our two producers, I have two fantastic young producers that work with me. They make me who I am, and we've just been working so hard to make this good for you. We were so serious. I was so serious. And in the middle of all that seriousness, we got to grind. We got to get this done. We had something else we had to do first. We took care of those folk, and that went well. So we're grateful to God for that. And in the middle of all this seriousness, one of them said to me, "You can now buy a gallon of iced coffee at Dunkin's." You can now buy a gallon of iced coffee at Dunkin's. So she took the edge off of a really stressful day. And that's what I call real lights, because here we're not just about the highlights, we're about the real lights. So, chat, tell me that you're here. Hi there. Hello there. We're excited that you're here. Thank you for being here with us. We're tickled that you're here. Sometimes encouragement comes in little bitty tiny pieces, expected ways. And I just want you to know that you are driving the car. So we want to hear your comments. Some things I need to let you know as we get started. I am not a medical professional. I'm not a licensed therapist, mental health therapist, not anybody like that. I am just an encourager. So I always want you to seek out any support that you need for your situation in your life. We are just a community of encouragers. I have to be transparent and share with you that I wish that I had gone to counseling before I did. I've been at counseling in and out probably for the last 25 years because my journey, just like your journey, has been something else. And I wish I had gone before I did. So I encourage you to get the support that you need to navigate your journey, whether it be somebody in the faith community, good friends, family, colleagues, your best folk in your life. Always, connection is one of the keys to thriving in this environment. So we want to let you know that. Some other things I want to let you know. This space is built on respect. We can disagree, absolutely. We're human beings who think different things, but we're not here to bash anybody. This is not the space for that. We can go to a lot of other channels and a lot of other places to get that, but that is not what this is about. I also need you to know that this is faith-based because my source of power, my source of strength is God and in Jesus Christ. So I want you to know that, okay? So why are we doing this? Why are you doing this on a Thursday night? Monica, why are you doing this? We're 6 years old now. Can you believe that? And here we don't pretend everything is okay. We don't do this and act like our lives are perfect because they're not. It's because sometimes we just need connection. So in this space, we embrace being messy and having wild, crazy lives. But what we also embrace that's even greater is we live in spite of those things, whether it's stress or setbacks or uncertainty. That's what we celebrate. We celebrate community. We celebrate potential and resilience. So we celebrate little bitty tiny things. I actually did a video, and if you'll look, I've had about over 10,000 views. Um, and I took a photo or a zoom of uh, the sun coming through my blinds in the morning. Now, you talk about being small, but for me, that gave me joy because that meant that the sun was going to shine. And sometimes it's about just resting, it's just about sitting, it's about doing nothing because sometimes we just can't get up. And I've had many of those days as well. So I'm ready for you to talk. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Put in the chat, what does thriving for you mean in this time? What does thriving for you mean in this time? I am interested to see what you have to say about that. And I know that your chat comments and your comments, if you subscribe to our channel, please subscribe to our channel, are going to help other people. So what does thriving look for you in your space? We have somebody that said, "Hey Yana, hi Yana, excited that you're here." She said, or he said, whichever, thriving for me means peace. Thriving for me means peace. And that's something that we have to fight for, is our own peace, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? I want to hear what you have to say. Put it in the chat. We want to know. To get ready for this, we ran a focus group of different individuals, single, married, younger, older, that kind of thing, because we wanted to know, we always want to be in touch with what you need. And we asked them, what one thing encourages you in this moment? What encourages you right now? And I want to just share some of those comments because they were really, really cool. Positive self-talk is what EE said. Positive self-talk. Let me ask you, how do you talk to yourself? Do you say, now my thing is when I say, look, dumb butt, get your stuff together, let's go. What do you do? Is it mostly negative, or do you put in a lot of positivity? Do you own how authentic and genuine and precious in God's sight that you are? Do you own that? Even when it's not easy, admit mistakes. Of course I do. Of course you do. But negative self-talk, I have learned, because I love to read, means that you're already defeated before you fight the battle. You're already defeated before you fight the battle. I heard that I read that somewhere, and that spoke to me. So, positive self-talk. Okay, we have Gertie. Hi, Gertie. Hello. Thank you for being here. Gertie says that thriving means having a strong relationship with God. Oh, I could not agree more. I personally know Gertie, and I hope she doesn't mind me telling you, let me ask forgiveness already, is a multiple cancer survivor who has stood me up when I could not stand up myself. Just her the determination and her faith and her peace. And yes, she's had bad days. I've seen her have them, but you know what? That relationship with God lifts and keeps her up. She lives what she talks about. I am so incredibly blessed to be her friend. And I want you to surround yourself in your circle with those kinds of people who lift you up, help you thrive. I can honestly tell you that I would not have made it had it not been for all those beautiful people around me. Thank you, Gertie. Thank you. One person said, SR said, from our focus group, she said, meditation, just taking a moment away to get my thoughts together. Do you do that too? Just give me a moment. Give me a moment. Does that work for you? Please put what you think and your experiences in the chat. Does that work for you? I used to do 1001, 1002, 1003. Some days, depending on what's going on, because I can't tell you how many doctor's appointments we've had and different things going on. Just this week, I'm at 4,021, 4,022. And that's okay. That's okay. It's all about learning what we need to do to thrive in spite of. Counting, Yana said, "Hey Yana, hello." Says also helps me, and deep breathing. That is so cool. But as I said, I've been in and out of counseling for many, many years. And one thing that counselors have taught me is deep breathing slows your whole system down. It calms you, it calms your heart rate down. And it's not hard. It's just four in, count to four and hold it, and four out. I have done it to try to go to sleep. I've done it in different situations and it works. So thank you. What we want you to do from this is have one thing, one practical point that you can take with you that's going to help you with your day, going to help you with what you're dealing with. We have some good ones already. Peace, a strong relationship with God, counting, deep breathing. Look how people are blessing us already. Is that not cool? That is what the Best You site is about. That's what the Best You site is about. BS from our focus group said, don't let anyone steal your joy. You have to struggle to keep it, don't you? You have to struggle to keep it. You gotta, and sometimes you win and sometimes you lose, but you have to struggle to keep your joy. Yeah, it tries to run from you, but you gotta pull it back, and you can do that. Hello to Iaya. Hi there. Hello. We're excited that you're here. I'm just so excited that people are tuning in to us, and we're hoping that this blesses you. You know what is beautiful about these comments and also the comments that we got from the focus group about thriving and what encourages them in the moment, and that this is something that's profound, and I want to emphasize this. Of course, we know the kinds of challenges that our communities, our states, our country has. We're not going to spend time on that. But what I love about these things that individuals are telling us in the chat, individuals are telling us in the focus group, is that they are focusing on things that we can personally do ourselves. And when you can do one thing for yourself, it gives you a measure of control, which makes you feel better. Because so many things are out of our control. So many things are out of our control. And so I love the fact that you're focusing on those things that you can do. Deep breathing. Everybody can do that. Counting. Everybody can do that. Strengthening your relationship with God. Everybody can do that on an individual basis. And that is profound to me. Because, as I said, giving up your peace means you're paralyzed before you even start. Okay, so that transitions us to something else. Finding peace in your panic. Find us peace in your panic. Panic. Let's talk a little bit about panic. It doesn't mean that you don't have fear. It doesn't mean that you're not afraid. It doesn't mean that you're untouched by chaos. But I want to ask you, because we've talked about peace in this, how do you find peace in the moment? Chat about that for me. Chat about that. How do you find peace in the moment? In the moment. Tell us a little bit about how you do that. How do you find peace in the moment? We want to hear what you have to say. We want to hear what you have to say. DB from the focus group said, knowing trouble doesn't last always. That is important. Whatever you're dealing with now, you won't be dealing with forever. Things have seasons. Things have seasons, and sometimes they're very long, but things have seasons. Just because you are overwhelmed now doesn't mean that there won't be periods in your life when you won't be overwhelmed. I find peace. Here's something in the chat from Yana. I find peace in writing. In writing. Okay. Is that journaling? Do you keep a journal? Is that find peace in writing? and doing creative projects. Isn't that cool? And doing creative projects. I want to hear from you in the chat. How do you find peace? How do you find peace? Um, I have I am blessed to be have been in touch with a whole lot of people based on just my life. And there was this lady that was a widow, and her doctor recommended that, you remember when folks used to go to, they used to be called yard sales, and I guess most of that is online now, but that just made her joyful. Just getting out and going through things and looking at different things, that made her joyful. I know somebody that is a stroke survivor, and it took a lot of her mobility on one side. But you know what she did? She used her non-stroke hand and her knee to knit, to crochet. And she has beautiful, beautiful, beautiful um, items that she's made. So she found peace in her panic. Peace in her panic. Guess what gives me peace? Think about it a minute. Think about it a minute. What do you think gives me peace? What do you think? I'll give you a clue. As a little kid, as a little kid, my mother and my grandmother used to tell me, when your cousins come over, Monica, if you try to teach them something, or you try to have school with them, or lead them to do something, you're going to be in trouble. So, what do you think brings me peace? This brings me peace. Being able to share, being able to communicate, being able to be part of a community. This brings me peace. Peace. I've been doing this my whole life. My whole life. Isn't that something? It brings me peace. Now I'm trying to learn to talk less instead of talking more. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? You know, fighting for your peace is so important because, let's admit it, we're all tired. We're all tired. Are you to the point where you're just tired? Like the detergent? You're just tired. You're tired. You're tired of juggling. You're tired of stretching. You're tired of the tension that could be all around you. So finding peace in your panic is critical. Another thing I've learned to do is to just scream when I need to. Scream when I need to. Many of you know, excuse me, our story. Many of you know it about our daughter being an premature infant, and having a 15% chance to live. And you know that at the same time, while she's in NICU, neonatal intensive care, my mother had a massive stroke and she was in ICU, and only one of them came out. Came out. And we have had a 30-year journey with complications. Now I look all good and together with my makeup on, but girl, guy, wow. I could tell you some things. I could tell you some things, just like the people in our chat can tell you some things. So I've learned to scream on in one particular time, getting out bad news from the medical staff. Bad news from the medical staff. You know, when you're up to here, you just had it. You just had it. You cannot take it anymore. You can't take it anymore. I went outside that hospital and screamed and cussed and just fell apart. You know, just let it rip. Let it rip. Okay. After that, I went back into the hospital. The medical staff was watching me, and they said, "Hey, okay, you got that out. Now let's work on a plan about what we're going to do." Screaming in the appropriate setting is not a bad thing. Screaming is not an appropriate thing. Okay, we have a comment from Gertie. I tried to focus on opposite things. I do not focus on things I can't do anything about. Huh. I try to focus on the opposite. That's powerful. I try to focus on the opposite. That is powerful. I seek out positive people and pray for the problem issues. Oh, girl, you need to do this. This needs to be you doing this, Gertie. I do not focus on things I cannot do anything about. I seek out positive people and pray for the problem issues. That's a part of taking your life back. And I have learned that we have been all the way across the country for treatment, everywhere from Tennessee to California. And even when we got to UCLA Medical Center, they got the diagnosis wrong. So it's not a blame thing. It's just that so many things are bigger than us. And we just have to say, okay, Lord, you know, and thrive anyway. Anyway, that was powerful. Okay, I want to ask you another question, if it's okay with you. If it's okay with you, let's talk about you taking care of yourself. Tell me one thing that you do for yourself. Not for, because we are notorious for pouring into other people. We pour and we pour and we pour and we pour, and until our pitcher or our glass is empty, our cup. What do you do for yourself? Put in the chat what you do. Do that for me. Do that for me. I am excited to hear what you do. I'm excited to hear what you do. What gives you oxygen? What gives you oxygen? What's your passion? What do you love to do? What makes you want to get up in the morning or stay up late at night or spend as part of your day? And the thing about it is, depending on your circumstances, it does not have to be long. One person just said, listen to heavy metal music. I love that. That is wonderful. Heavy metal, rock on. Maybe I hope I have the right sign. Rock on, rock on. Heavy metal music. That's perfect. That helps Yana. That is perfect. What do you do that gives you oxygen? What do you do that gives you oxygen? Remember, yes, you can make it. We want you to have one thing that you take from this conversation that is going to help you. Just one. Just one. Just one thing. What one thing helps you? We can't wait to hear. We can't wait to hear. For some people I know, men and women, it's motorcycle riding. And maybe you don't have $30,000 to buy a new motorcycle. That's okay. Do you garden? Do you read? Do you fish? Do you what do you do? I can't wait to hear what you do that gives you oxygen. That gives you oxygen. For me, it's as simple as nature. Nature is one of my oxygen things, and also chocolate, but we won't talk about that. What gives you oxygen? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. Thriving right now as more things come in. Thriving right now. How can you thrive now? Well, I can tell you, you already are. Can you look back at your life, look behind you, and see all the things that God has brought you through? You are already thriving. Already, you don't even recognize it. Already thriving. Already doing remarkable things. Already supporting other people. People watch your example. And it's okay when we crash and burn. That's okay too. We've all had those times when we just couldn't even move. We're paralyzed. But one thing my husband told me in the long time that we've been married, and we've had situations, probably 2/3 of our marriage. And he said, I can't fix it, but I'll walk with you. I can't fix it, but I'll walk with you. So that's why connection is so, 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 so important. So, 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 so important. Okay. I know your time is valuable. I want to let you know that small wins matter. Little bitty things matter, because those little bitty things are like bricks that build to the big things. In my particular life, with all that we have been through, just like you have been through, It took me 20 years to deal with a whole lot of issues. And from that, I have 2 books. I have a book and a manuscript. I have a YouTube channel. I speak. I just spoke last week. I have blogs. I have a podcast. So God took all that chaos in my life, all that grief and sorrow in my life, and He packaged it so that now I am able to help other people. Okay. Gertie said, I shut down. Okay, this is what she does for herself. Okay, do you do that? Do you shut down or do you keep going? I stay in bed. Okay, that sounds great. I sleep. Do you rest? Do you rest? I watch TV. I take long walks and I listen to inspirational music. I want you to go to my this YouTube channel, and there is Gertie is one of the people that I had the privilege of having on my podcast, and she's remarkable. You will be blessed by listening to what she had to say about survival and thriving. So she said, I shut down. Can you do that? Can you shut down? Can you sleep? Can you rest? Take long walks, listen to inspirational music, whatever that is for you. And as one person on the chat told us, that is heavy metal music. Isn't that fantastic? Because people are living in their element. As we close, I want to remind you that you are powerful already. You are children of the King. You have already survived things you once thought you wouldn't. And you know when the light shines? When it's darkest. Go outside and get away from the lights and just look at the billions of stars in the sky. That is for you. You're one of those brilliant lights. You are already. I want you to take your place of honor already. DB says she enjoys quiet time. Quiet time. Do you have that? Do you have that? Do you have quiet time? Yes, you can make it. Yes, you can make it. You are making it. And so what I want to leave with you from me is my prayer is simple. Just today, Lord. Just today. Just today, Lord. Just today. The light will always be there, but the darkness makes it visible. And I just want you to know that I am so proud of you already. Be proud of yourself. We hope to do these once a month, maybe every Thursday, Thursday evening at 6, if that's what you would like for us to do. We want to know the good, the bad, the ugly, what you liked, what you didn't like, topics you want to talk about, because this space is for you. I'm just so proud of you. Look at what you've already been through, and you are still here. And so I want you to do me a favor. Oh, thank you, Yana. She said once a month, or he said once a month is great. I'll be here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I want you to do me a favor, a huge favor. You stay blessed. God bless.